Hello and welcome to a tutorial on how to set up CodeGuard to be used with your DigitalOcean droplet. My name is Josh and I'm going to be taking you on this journey today, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that we're going to want to do is have prepared a few of the commands that we're going to be needing because DigitalOcean does not use a graphical user interface in order to change certain things within the server. So what we're going to have to do is have a few of these things set aside. So I've gone ahead and included them in the video description. Now the first thing that we're going to have to do is SSH into our server. So we're going to go ahead and get this information right here, the SSH dash the port number that we're using. Then the username, which for you is most likely going to be root if you're just starting out, and then at your DigitalOcean droplet's IP address. So let's copy that and paste it into our terminal. Now it's asking us for our password, so let's go ahead and enter that in. If you don't have a password set, it'll just let you in here. The password I already know because I've SSH'd into here before, so I'm going to enter that now. If you've forgotten your password, you are more than welcome to go and log into your DigitalOcean hosting account and reset it from there. Once you've entered in your password, this is what you're going to see here. And now we can go ahead and continue with the rest of what we're going to do. If you need to, you can change your password in here. That is just done by entering the command passwd. It'll ask you to enter a new password, so I'll do that now. Then it's going to ask me to enter it in again. And look at that, the password's been changed successfully. So if you had reset your password and just entered in the temporary one, and then now you've just reset it to be something a little more familiar to you, you're going to want to go ahead and set up a new user so that for security concerns, you can go ahead and eliminate any possibility of someone logging in with that root access. So we're going to go ahead and type in adduser. Now after you put in adduser and then the username, this is what you'll see. Now it's asking us to go ahead and enter in the password for that user. Now you'll want to make sure you keep this in a safe place because you will need it to add your site to CodeGuard. All you need to do is retype it and then press enter. Now from here it'll ask you to put in some details behind it, like your name and your room number, work phone, anything like that. If you want to go ahead and put it in, you are fine. If not, just keep pressing enter until you get back to where you see it is now. So now we can go ahead and go up here and copy and paste our visudo command. Once we have that in here, we can press enter, and this is going to be the page that we're brought to. Once we're here, we're going to want to go ahead and look at the user privilege specification right here. Now under here you can see that the root has all permissions. So we're going to do the same thing but for our new user. So we just arrow down until we get there, press enter to keep that space there, and then type in this right here. Or if you have it, you can copy and paste it and just replace this part with your username. Once we're done with that, we can go ahead and press Control X. We're then going to want to press Y and then press enter to save the changes. Now that we're back here at this page, we need to make sure that that user that we set up now has SSH access. So we're going to copy this right here, the nano command. Once we have that here, we press enter and we'll be brought to this page. Now, what we want to do here is two things. We want to allow the SSH access for the new user that we created, and then we want to disallow that SSH access for the root user. Now this is something that can be easily undone just by changing the value that we're going to change here in a second, but it will prevent anyone from logging in as the root user without your permission. So let's go ahead and do that now. Now we're going to go ahead and go here where it says permit root login. Now we're going to change that from being yes to being no. Then we're going to go all the way down to the bottom of the page. And once we're there, we're going to want to copy this here, allow users root and CG user 1. You do this so that if you ever want to use the root user again, you still have the ability to. We're going to put that right here and then press the Command X again and then press enter. Now that that's done, we can go ahead and check our work by opening up a new tab and then SSHing into the server using our newly created credentials. Now that we have this new tab open, we're going to go ahead and SSH into our server again, but this time we're going to use the credentials that we created. Now, what we're going to do is copy and paste this same string of text, except this time we're going to replace the root user with our created user. So we can go ahead and take out the root and put in what I created was the CG user 1. We press enter and it's going to ask us for the password. With that, you can see that we have come into the same login page that we saw with the root user, which means that everything went through just fine. Now, what we have to do is to just go over into CodeGuard and input the information that we know now. So here you can see that we're at the Add Your Website page. Now that we have everything all set up, we can go ahead and test the website connection. Now that we're here, you can see that everything's gone through just fine, so we can capture the code. You select the root directory as home, or you can go ahead and go into the directory that you would like to. Now from here, we can go ahead and click on all of the content that we want to back up and then go to begin first backup. And look at that, you successfully added your website. So now you know exactly how we can go through the process of creating a user and not using the root user for our security purposes. Thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. Have a wonderful day and sayonara.